Probably South Korea.
Probably China.
I would say probably like China.
I feel like America might have the biggest wage gap, but there are others. No, I'd say America.
I would say it's a Middle Eastern country. Do I have to nail down one particular country?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
So there's still a very big divide in countries like South Korea and Japan, just based on the rules that have been set up for people. So I guess I would say like South Korea.
I associate any job with women because I don't think jobs have a gender, but like people who are kind of small-minded probably associate them with like nurses or like something to do with like sewing, tailoring, housewife type duties.
Scientists, mathematicians, doctors, astronauts, just overall really intelligent careers.
For women, I would associate with like nurses and like this. I think the world would associate with like secretaries and stuff. But I think as the world progresses and stuff, women are getting into more and more jobs that were previously occupied by men.
Typically, I would think of a nurse.
Teaching. I think if you look at teaching at the younger levels, like elementary school, mostly females because they have that maternal instinct. So I think elementary teachers.
Well, I guess the first jobs that come to mind that a lot of women have are sort of caretaker jobs, like teachers and nurses, that sort of thing. Obviously, women can do and have done most of the jobs that men do, but their successes in those fields are often overshadowed and therefore aren't thought of as woman jobs so much as male jobs.
Feminism is the view of equal rights between all genders.
I would define feminism as the fight for equality in all genders. Everyone should just have the same rights.
I would define feminism as the belief that women should be equal to men, like in all aspects of life, and yeah.
Feminism is the belief that women and men should be equal in every way.
Feminism is, to me, what I know, is the idea that women want equality, and it's the idea that men are treated a certain way. Women want to have an equal stance in society, whether it's business, whether it's social, just being treated equal, not being treated better or higher, just having the equality between genders.
I think feminism is, on a very basic surface level, the strive for being treated equally and creating a fair, even platform for everyone instead of being barred by expectations due to one's gender. But it's breaking down the gender roles that were established really early on in time.
I do as my own personal opinion, but I know that all perspectives are different and some people unfortunately do not see them in the same light.
Definitely not. Men, when they walk down the street, they don't get yelled at, and I think it's really weird that in our country, like, some people think it's okay just to yell, like, at girls when they walk down the street. Those little things are, like, just little ways in which, like, women still aren't, like, looked at as people.
Yes, I believe men and women are equal.
I do, yes.
As in the society, no. I think it's better than it used to be. I think every generation you see growth, but in terms of full equality, no, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think if you have a certain privilege, You're going to perceive things differently. If you're a majority, you're going to have an internalized state of just being superior. I think men are usually seen as more assertive in their power because men have been at the helm of things for a very long time. So not saying that one is better than the other, but in terms of what history has shown, there is definitely a divide and kind of just a way of seeing things.
I know that both genders are susceptible to violence, but definitely women, unfortunately.
I would say women are definitely subject to more violence.
Probably men.
By violence. Men or women? I don't know. I think there's a lot of male on male violence. But that's a good question. Is it a total shot in the dark? I'll say men. I think men are more violent with other men than... I don't know the answer, but I'm gonna guess men.
Anyone can be abused, but I think women are more likely to be victimized by violence, even though a lot of the time that's also not... It gets iffy, but women are usually seen as more like weak and feeble, so in turn, in a heterosexual setting, men are seen as dominant and will do whatever it takes to get what they want, so to speak. Because of this, like, male victims of violence, they're told, like, you should have taken control because you're the man, but that a lot of the time that's not the case, and men can just as well be victims of violence as much as women can.